What is up, everybody? It is Creative Potato here, and today we're doing a draw with me or a speed drawing or both. It's a very spontaneous video. I had this video saved for a really long time, but the uploading is spontaneous because I didn't plan to upload it as of now. I actually wanted to talk about the studio vlog that I had planned for today, but before we get to that, I did want to explain what I'm drawing here. So this was Kaleidoscope Vision, and if you follow me on Instagram, it's been up on my Instagram since I want to say April. I believe April 14th is the actual date that I uploaded the finished piece. It took me a while. I actually think it took me a couple of days. This is actually a redraw of a character that I drew back in 2020, and that was when I was still getting very much used to the iPad, so my skills were not good when I was working on drawing on the iPad in general. And so I wanted to come back and really see how this old piece that I made, which is not really old, it's a year old, but now that I'm way better at drawing on the iPad, how dynamically different it will look. And oh my gosh, sometimes I can't even believe that I actually have the old piece uploaded, but I think it's good practice to see your old work and see how you've advanced and gotten better. But yeah, I did go crazy on one of the new features, well, not new as of now, but one of the recent features put on their update, which was the chromatic reverberation. I cannot remember how you say it. I don't have my iPad in front of me right now, but this is a feature that I saw a lot of people using, and I thought it was really cool. It gave a little cool accent to their pieces, so I wanted to do that on mine as well. And I have actually put that on a couple of my recent paintings. But for this one, I did go crazy on the sketch when implementing it, because you can really tell that it's all over. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But as I started painting it, I realized that it's not going to work for the idea that I had, because I had a very painter-like original, almost original painter-like feeling to put on this piece, and I wanted it to have bursts of colors and really bring in the colors that you see when you look through a kaleidoscope. And I also wanted to put clouds and basically big vibrant colors, and the 3D original idea that I had for it I knew just wasn't going to work with the idea that I had now. And I also tried a glitch effect, and I showed this towards the end of the video. And if you haven't been catching up already, I'm already speed drawing through it, because like a lot of you guys know, I use my phone to record. I don't have a fancy camera or anything. That's something that I'm saving up for, so I really have to balance my time with how much storage that I have in my phone. I added a glitch effect towards the end because I wanted this cool digital effect to the painting, but the more painter like original painting it started to look, the less the digital effect that I wanted worked. But I did keep the movement that I had in this piece. I did make sure that it showed out beautifully towards the end. So now that I've jumbled on about one little sketch, I did want to talk about the studio vlog that I had planned for today, just to take a break while you guys are watching me sketch. The studio vlog that I had planned today was the April vlog. It covered basically all of April, and it took me such a long time to get all this footage together, and it, like I said, it took me 3 days to put it all together. In general, 3 days basically because I had so much work to do on the side. There were things like commissions, and then I'm also working with a company right now, and that's taking up a lot of time, and that's not something I'm gonna get into right now. Maybe eventually I get into it, I'm not sure. I don't know how comfortable I am talking about like company things that I'm doing when I'm like fleshing out the project and whatnot, so maybe I'll talk about that later. on a different video eventually. Especially when the piece comes out, I'll definitely most likely talk about it. But yeah, working with a company, doing commissions, and then I also had to quarantine because me and my family were exposed to COVID, so we had to do the routine quarantine. Thankfully none of us got it, but there was that, and then there was me trying to get a PO box together, and then it was me trying to make sure that I keep my members informed of the people who are supporting me, helping get me through this, getting my shop information together, domain information, all that stuff. I even had a week where I was just so overwhelmed, and I don't think I got any work done, but by then I already sent in my initial files that I needed to work with the company situation got they got the work that they needed, and so it was after I sent that through. I was so overwhelmed, and so it was literally a week of me sitting in my bed with my laptop or my iPad trying to get some drawings and stuff out, but ultimately not completely getting a lot of work done. So yeah, I was just really down. I did get some recording done, and I know like you probably shouldn't record if you're feeling like overwhelmed, but it's something that I just wanted to talk about, if that makes sense. So it's going to be a voiceover. It's a video that I have planned, and it's talking about being overwhelmed as an artist, as a freelancer. But after I was out of that funk, I was able to get some work done. So I'm sorry this took a detour, but it was all to come around and talk about how this whole studio vlog situation got messed up. So I was overwhelmed with all those things happening in the background, and then I remembered that I needed to work on my studio vlog, my April studio vlog, and so I started working on it. One day went by, I had to get back to my other work, cut off on the editing, and then the second day went by, I had like part 2 of the video finished, and then the third day is basically me wrapping up, putting cute little drawings or details on the video. And that's when I decided to go over the overall video. So a part of me thought it was a bright idea to wait till I was basically done with the video to go over the overall video and see how it all came together. I usually don't do that typically. Often I don't, but I did this time just because I had so much work in the background going on. Oh, and I also want to point out, at this point in the drawing, I had absolutely no idea where I was going with the skin color. I was trying to replicate what the drawing that I did for my friend, where I started with a weird purplish color, and then I put this nice brown color on top to really enhance her dark skin color and really bring it out beautifully with the pinks that I had. But it did not work for this painting at all. I had to go a totally different route, and it probably had to also do with the fact that I was staring at my old drawing of this piece that I was redrawing, and my mind was getting conflicted on the colors that I should use. Going back to the studio vlog situation, I was like, well, let me listen to the beginning and make sure it wraps up towards the end just right. And I had even done the voiceovers for the end. It was great. I may put it up on my Buy Me a Coffee just so people can see how wrong it went, because it's definitely not a video that can go up on my YouTube. It's just, so the audio is distorted, and I found that out as I started to re-listen to the video, and I was like, the beginning of this video is distorted, what is going on? And so I looked at my old files. The old files, of course, the audio is fine, and then I looked at when I broke up the files, those were fine. But the files where I had them on the finalized video and exported them from, I use Final Cut Pro for my editing. Now I'm trying it out technically, but I use it for my editing, and I was like, well, let me see how the files are after I export them from Final Cut Pro, and that's when the audio gets distorted. I don't know if it was just attacking those specific files. So it was me unboxing my little tray Procreate that me and my sister got from Michael's, and then me cutting up some pieces with my new cutting tool that I got from Michael's, and the cutting board that I got from Mike, and all that is distorted. I don't know how the audio got distorted, and it only happened, it sounded fine on the Final Cut Pro, but after I exported it out of Final Cut, that's when the audio gets distorted. So I don't know why that happened, and it was just like those specific files, those specific videos, because towards the middle and end it sounds perfectly fine. Like my voiceover sounds fine, the audio from the background sounds fine. I did plan to upload it, and I'm sorry you're hearing like a pleasant sound in the background. That's my Mac fan going on. But I did plan to upload it, and I even did a little announcement in the beginning of the video where I was like, hey you guys, I'm sorry about the audio in the beginning. I fixed it as much as I could, because I did, and I redid, like I put the audio from the old files and mixed them with the new, and it turned out great. But then again, when I exported using those specific files, the audio got distorted. So it's something about those specific video files that the program just didn't like, because it wasn't like it was the whole video. So if anybody knows how to solve that problem, or probably what I did wrong on my part, please let me know, because it was really irritating, and I spent 2 extra days trying to figure this out. And I just, you know, after so long, I realized that it's just the files. It's not working with these files, and it's not like I could upload the video without these files, or just with, because like I said, I did an announcement at the beginning, and I was like, hey you guys, I'm sorry about the audio, it's messed up in the beginning. Basically part 1, I tried to fix it a little bit, and hopefully the rest wouldn't mess up, because at that time I thought it was just part 1, but I realized that I had basically it was distorted so much further than part 1, because like I said, it was specific files. And so there were just so many audio jumps from, oh, this part is distorted, this part isn't, my announcement isn't distorted, the ending isn't distorted, but a lot of the beginning, which is like a heavy 10 minutes, because it was a good 20-minute video studio vlog that I had put together, because I wanted to do something a little longer to entertain you guys. But it was like 10 minutes, so half of the video is audio being distorted and me trying to fix it. And I was like, it's just not worth putting up, because I don't want to kill you guys' eardrums with the weird audio jump. So it sounded like I said, it was distorted. It was like that, sounding like it's underwater distorted, or sometimes it was far away. I really don't know what happened. I really don't know why it didn't like these specific video files, but it didn't. And technically, if I put all the days I spent together, it was like a week of me trying to fix this, because I worked really hard on the editing, and it was so cute. That's why I said I might still put it up on my Buy Me a Coffee, just so that my supporters can see how hard I worked on it, even though the audio is completely messed up in 10 minutes of the video. And there was a lot of things that I shared on there, like I guess I can talk about it now. So my members, I finally was able to get a PO box, and I emailed all my members, letting them know I wanted to send them some goodies for supporting me. And so they're already aware of this and whatnot, and I'm actually going to be showing them soon what they'll be getting. But you know, I talked about it in that video. I showed the picture that I was working on, but I guess it can be like a little surprise now to my members, for them secretly, since they pay for that access, they can see it on my Buy Me a Coffee and see what they're getting and whatnot. But you know, I showed the process, and I worked really hard on everything, and it was so much footage just to go down the drain. And I got the lighting right, the lighting was perfect, everything was great, and then the audio hits, and it's just, the audio just completely trashed itself. So I really want to show the work that I did on there, because I worked really hard, and I love the way the video came out. So yeah, but enough about me complaining about the video. At this point, let me talk about the drawing for a little bit. So this was the part where I was experimenting what I wanted to do with the purple, because if you don't know about the old drawing, the old Kaleidoscope Vision, and I can't remember if I said that was the name of the piece. So the name of this piece is Kaleidoscope Vision. The old name of the piece, I believe, is either Kaleidoscope Vision or Kaleidoscope Eyes. I believe it's still on my portfolio. It's definitely still on my YouTube video, but I think it is. But at this point, I wanted to see how to implement the purples. In the original drawing, the purple is very prominent because it is the focus of the piece. It is her hair. And so I was like, what if I made the purple the overall, you know, not the focus, but the line art, and basically the what's the word that I'm looking for, the fulfillment of this piece. So the line art and everything's purple, a lot of the shading is purple, and then the focus will be that burst of color that I show you guys with the clouds. And the clouds came out so beautifully. I was so happy with myself. And at this point, I'm sorry I'm like going everywhere, but like I had this video saved for a while, so I'm trying to remember everything that I did. But I didn't end up coloring the straps at all because they went so well with the background of just to like lay into the background. But I did struggle with the hair a lot. The hair was a big struggle. I didn't really know what direction I wanted the hair to flow or how I wanted the highlights to go. Side note, I do want to get to the point where there are people like asking me questions and I'm able to answer them in like a draw with me. Me and my sister actually do have a draw with me planned for, I think, a Sunday or something. I don't remember, but it's going to be a voiceover. And I'm not saying I don't like, there aren't questions that people ask me, but I want to like get enough for like a good like 20-minute sit or something like that. A lot of them I could, since I talk so fast a lot of the times, I could really fulfill out in maybe like 1 or 2 minutes specific questions. But I do want to get to the point where I have like this horde of questions that I can answer in like a draw with me, and then I can give you guys some insightful info via like the old live, what was it called? It was basically a live class for kids. Me and my sister, we were guest speakers, and we were talking about our lives as Black artists, Black freelance artists, and what we had to go through, some struggles we went through, what to expect, because we were talking to kids of color, and we were talking about some of the disadvantages that we get, but a lot of the positivity that comes out, a lot of the community that you have supporting you and having your back if you think that you don't have a community supporting your back. And basically, you know, great advice, not only for being a person of color, but also, you know, art advice. But at this point in the video, I am touching on her, what would you call it? It's like the little furry collarbone that some of the coats have. In the original drawing, it's just like fur or something like that, but I wanted to do something cool and did cloud paintings for this one. So I made it into a little cloud painting. Then it had the little straps of her, what I guess was to be like a shirt or dress. But yeah, I made it to clouds. And then I actually posted this painting on a Procreate group that I'm a part of. It's like a group for you to get to know other people's art, post your own artwork, get some advice, or if you have like questions with your piece, which is what I had for mine. So I posted this piece on the Procreate group, and I was like, it just feels incomplete because I stopped at the clouds on her collarbone. And I was like, you guys, this feels really incomplete. Can you guys help me out? Give me some advice of what you think will fill out the piece. And then I was also asking them, I think, I can't really remember, but I think I was asking them about the petals that I had. So I have petals flowing around her hair to really get that, to really emphasize the wind. And I was asking them, you guys, what do you think about this? Does the petals work? Are there too many petals? It just really feels incomplete. And they really helped me out. It was over, I want to say over 100 comments of people just supporting me, helping me out, giving me advice. And ultimately, they're the reason why I came up with the end of my piece. It was a specific user, I can't remember his name, but he was like, I think you should extend the clouds a little bit, you know, do it, because I told him that I do a blurry backgrounds, and he was like, well, take those blurry backgrounds. He was like, bring the clouds in so it looks like she's more in the sky, more encompassed by the clouds. I was like, that's a good idea. So I went back to my painting and I redid the background, because when I tell you guys I did this background maybe 100 times and I didn't like anything that was coming out, so I redid the background. And I took his advice, and oh my gosh, it came out so beautiful and so pretty, and I thanked him so much. But yeah, that group is great. The advice they give is great. There are people on so many different levels in that group, so you never have to feel shy or hesitant to post anything. But even people of higher levels give nice, great advice. If you want to critique, people will give you critiques. If you don't want to critique, you just put on your piece, hey, I don't want to critique, I just want to show you guys what piece I'm working on. People won't give a critique. It's very respectable group, very great. I love it so far. I haven't had any problems, so I recommend, you know, just finding groups like this in general that can help you support, that can help support your work or any questions or anything that you might have. So yeah, at this point I was just going over the painting over and over again because I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do the background, how I wanted the petals to flow. But again, I have to give a big shout out to that group because they helped me a lot with the background and how to fulfill the background, and it just turned out so beautifully. So this piece is wrapping up now. I do have a bit of a time lapse at the end because I forgot to record me actually putting the background together, because that was in the midst where I was talking to the group and trying to get some advice. So I forgot to live record me doing that, but I do have a time lapse, so that will be at the end. And I also printed out this piece and it turned out really cute, really good. I want to say, if you made it this far in this video, thank you for hearing me ramble. But yeah, I'll see you guys later on another video, either creating my shop or a working studio vlog video. But anyway, thank you for sticking this long to the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.